These are the 6 exact habits that will change your discipline in 30 days completely. I promise you, after watching this video, not just watching it, but implementing these 6 habits in your life for the next 30 days, starting tonight, your life will completely change. I guarantee you that. And if it doesn't change, I will literally drop my address to you. This will completely change your year. It will save your year of 2026 or any other year that you're watching this video. So execute this. Let's get into it. My name is Modia, by the way, in case you do not know me. And let's get to the first habit. The first habit is starting your day the night before. Now, this is many people's problems, right? They just wake up in the morning, they want to be productive, you know, they want to be disciplined, but you're going to bed late. You're going to bed knowing that you do not even have the next daily task you're going to be doing set up yet. And this is where many people lose your day, including me, right? I used to lose my day before the day even started. Think about how crazy that is. So the way to prevent yourself from doing that is setting yourself up for tomorrow, right? You've heard of the word like set yourself up for success, right? That is how you gotta be thinking about the night before. And the way you set yourself up for tomorrow is by writing down your next daily tasks or your daily tasks that you're gonna be doing the next morning. So that means if you know tomorrow, okay, I got a workout to hit. Guess what? Write that down on a piece of paper, not even on notes, on a piece of paper. Because if you can take your time to write that, it's you basically committing that this box has to get checked off, right? Write down like, okay, tomorrow morning, I gotta do my push-ups. Write that down and put a box next to it. And by the time you're done with the push-ups, check it off. Remember, failing to plan is literally planning to fail. This may sound cliche, but it is so true. And in anything in general, in anything in life, if you're not prepared for something, you're literally preparing to fail by not preparing. So always start your day the night before by writing down your daily tasks. Now let's get into the next habit. And this is going to be the moment you wake up in the morning. So now you've already written down the daily tasks that you're going to be doing the next morning, the previous night. So the next morning is to not be on your phone the first 30 minutes of the morning. This is very, 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 very crucial. And this is a mistake I've made. I'm basically teaching you guys my lessons on how I became this individual right now. But the mistake I used to make was waking up in the morning, my phone was next to me and I would snooze my alarm like 30 times. Not 30 times, but I'm just trying to exaggerate it. Like 4 times. But after doing that, I would literally just go to Instagram, check for notifications that weren't even there. And I would doom scroll. And that doom scrolling would lead into this, bad habits. Sometimes I would like basically give in to lust and all of these things. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And the only way to prevent that is to not have your phone the first 30 minutes of your morning. And in the next class, I will tell you what to be doing with that 30 minutes instead. Because you putting your phone away the first 30 minutes in the morning is literally you protecting your brain and your energy. Like right now, is in the morning, I'm recording this video, right? Bro, my phone is on airplane mode. I'm recording this on my laptop, right? So this way you can focus on your purpose, the daily tasks that you have set. And it's literally about delaying gratification as well. You just delaying 20 minutes of your morning to basically protect your brain and your energy, right? Remember, the day is lost or won during your first 30 minutes of the morning. It's either lost or won right there. If you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is doom scroll, give into these negative habits, brother, you're already losing your day because you're in this negative spiral. So the only way to prevent that, the way I personally do it, is putting my phone across the room the night before. So the night before, after I have basically set my daily tasks and set my alarm for the morning, I will literally put my phone across the room, then flip it over. So this way in the morning, when my alarm rings, I am waking up physically. That way I'm not even gonna snooze or like go back to bed. I am waking up physically to go across the room to turn off my alarm. And the moment I turn off my alarm, I'm going straight into the restroom, exposing my face with cold water, and I am back making my bed. I am out of the crib, getting after it on the purpose I have set for myself. Now let's get into that. So the morning push-ups. So you started your day the night before by setting yourself up for success, right? That will not happen every single time, but As time goes on, you'll memorize everything I'm about to tell you by before the 30th day, of course, right? And your phone is not with you. You're taking that 30 minutes away from your phone. This way, you can have time to do the habits I'm about to tell you. And one of them is the morning push ups. And the craziest thing is that this doesn't have to be your max push ups. If your max push ups is like 30, like show up and do 20 push ups. So this way, you're more likely to show up and do it because consistency will always be intensity no matter what. And you will see how you will see how good you feel. Some of you, those of you that has tried this, right? If you're a person that have tried doing push-ups in the morning, like think back to how you felt. You felt super motivated. I literally used to wake up at like 3 a.m. being super motivated after doing push-ups. I feel like I want to conquer the wall. And that is what push-ups does because endorphins are released. You feel great about yourself. And anything physical that you do in the morning literally sets you up for anything. So like think about this, right? Maybe you have a workout later in the day. You just showing up in the morning and doing your push-ups will make it more likely for you to actually show up and do your workout. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And the push-ups are basically setting yourself up to conquer the day later on. It's literally like a warm-up to your day. So always keep that in mind. The next habit, this is a morning routine final boss right here. The freezing cold shower. Brother, I'm terrified of this. I've been taking cold showers for like almost 6 months in a row now. And I'm gonna tell you every single day, like there's a hesitation a little bit before jumping into that water. But I promise you, the moment I get out of it, bro, the alertness is absolutely crazy. Simply because, like, you jump in there, you're like breathing super deep, bro. You feel great, like you feel more alert after coming out of it. Before going on it, like of course it's a battle, you don't feel like doing it, but after getting out of it, you're in a better mood, like less stress, and you're now in a flow state. That good feeling of the dopamine being released from actually going in the cold shower, you getting out of it, there's a dopamine be relieved also as also endorphins, just like the push-ups a little bit. You feel great about yourself, and you just doing this puts you in an absolute flow state. You will see what I'm talking about exactly after you have tried this. And don't overthink the cold shower, by the way. And I only take it for like 2 minutes. So I set my alarm for like 2 minutes 15 seconds. The 15 seconds is me basically not hesitating and just jumping into it, and the 2 minutes is basically me just exposing my body with the freezing water. And it has to be 2 minutes or less. I mean, so you don't waste too much time. But the moment you get out of it, you will have less stress because you've put yourself in something difficult. So every other task during your day becomes a piece of cake. It becomes easy because, bro, you've already like done the push-ups. You've already done a cold shower. Think about it. You're going to work knowing that you've done these two things. Think about how good you will feel. Everyone is just barely waking up, and you're there. You've already put yourself through a little bit of stress. Every task you're given, you will eat it twice because, brother, you're in a flow state. That is a beautiful thing about the cold shower. So the next habit is gonna be journaling. This is very very important. This is very very important. The reason why, like many people, including me, right? Like I said, this is everything I've built for myself, and the reason why people like do not have good self awareness is because they do not journal. Journaling is very very important because it just gets you to reflect on what you've been doing. And people overthink it. And I personally used to think journaling was just for females, but I was wrong. Maybe I was immature back then, but this is the best thing you can do for yourself. Build a good relationship with yourself, right? It's basically it's basically good for your mindset intentionally. It sets a positive tone for yourself. Like, and the way I journal specifically is basically just reflecting on what has been going on around my life. Like for an example, right? Like let's say I've skipped a workout before. I will ask myself, like, why did I skip this workout? I will basically journal about it. So this way I can figure out like the deep root cause of the issue on the reason why I skipped my, workout. It could be because I was tired, but guess what? I have to know like what caused that tiredness. So me just reflecting on that on the paper, like basically develops a better self awareness with myself in a way that I can actually prevent that same issue from happening in the future, if that makes sense. And I also practice gratitude through like journaling, appreciate yourself for even showing up for the cold shower, for the push-ups. Literally write about how good you feel. Literally, like, express gratitude that you came across this video. Express gratitude that, like, your mom made you that meal. It's a beautiful thing. You will see what I'm talking about. Like, you will be hella positive. So definitely journaling is a non-negotiable in the morning, especially. You can do it at night if you want, like reflecting on your day as well. But I personally do it in the morning after my cold shower, and dump your brain there. Literally, like everything you have, every scattered thought you have, right throughout the day, any issues, like bro, dump it in the journal. Literally reflect. So now, is this the fourth habit or fifth habit? But meditation. This is important as well because it gives you a better attention span. And this is something I used to lack before. Like, I used to be so freaking slow. And one of the reasons was that I wasn't giving a chance for me to just be with my thoughts. And that is what meditation does. It basically builds you a better attention span. I promise you, if I didn't develop the habit of meditating, I wouldn't be making this video right now. Because this has been like one of the best life-changing habits I have had in my routine. Meditation, right? Don't overthink it. You just sit there, focus on your breath, close your eyes, of course, right? Focus on your breath. Whenever you get distracted by basically thinking about, what you told John, what happened yesterday, that girl you didn't walk up to, like, bro, get your focus back on your breath again. Like, literally focus on your breath again. There's a lot of videos out there, like, you can literally search meditation guidance. Like, people will basically guide you on how to meditate. You know what I mean? Like, somebody will remind you, oh, focus on your breath again. It's usually a female's voice, but it's a cool thing, right? You develop more self-awareness. You understand yourself. You'll be making better decisions now, like, because you'll be very, very self-aware more than many other people, because a lot of people do not do this. And I'm glad that you're watching this video right now, so like, you can basically get ahead and basically develop more self-awareness within yourself. And don't overthink it. Start small, and once again, focus on your breath. That is how meditation works. So right now, like, I do 10 minutes of meditation, but it wasn't always like that. I started with 3 minutes because I couldn't focus for like 2 minutes. It was so uncomfortable. And this is what you will realize: it's gonna be super uncomfortable. But that is the whole point of it, because you're learning, right? You're trying to develop a habit, a skill. So it takes time. But definitely commit to this. So the next, okay, that's pretty much it, right? Those are the five, actually six, because I added the no phone first 30 minutes of the morning. So those are the 6 habits that will completely change your life. If you can commit to this every single day for the next 30 days, your whole life will completely change. Because how you do these little habits will basically change how you operate on the other things. You're reflecting on why you skipped that workout. Guess what? Now you're more consistent in working out. Now you're building on more muscle. You're reflecting on your journal on why, like, you fell back into that bad habit, on why you relapsed. Guess what? Now you're most likely to quit it because you know the root cause of the issue on why you relapsed or fell back into that bad habit. Why you went back to that weed. Reflect all of that on the journal. So to just give you a refresher and basically, a summary, these are the 6 daily habits that you should follow every single day. The night before, you're writing down the daily tasks you're going to do. So the daily tasks are going to be actually this: no phone first 30 minutes of the morning. Literally, you're going to be writing this thing down the night tonight, right? The morning push-ups you're going to be doing, however many push-ups you can do. Not your max, but like however you can do, like in terms of like medium, not max. You can go for max if you want to, but the thing is, sometimes people get discouraged once they, like, basically, you know try to push themselves every single day at 110%. It becomes easy to quit. You know what I mean? But because consistency is more important than intensity, and if you can start, like, little, you're more likely to show up because you're like, oh, this is easy, I can do it. You know what I mean? But as time goes on, yeah, you can of course like increase it. And the cold shower, write that down. Write down the journal, write down the meditation. And all of this takes you about, like, 20 to 25 minutes. If you're not taking too long with the cold shower, it's simple. If you're not hesitating too much, 20 minutes before you leave your day, before you leave your house, I mean. Right? So simple. Everything starts the night before, though. And sometimes, like, you're not gonna maybe have time to basically plan all of this out. But still, if you wake up in the morning, you forgot to plan your next day, before going on your phone, Literally write down the things that you're going to be doing. Every single day you're writing these things down, because writing them down is basically putting them into purpose. A pen and a paper is literally a purpose, right? Because you're writing things down intentionally. That is why your signature is very important if you pay attention, because it's something that is very intentional you're doing, even though some people just like scratch the paper. Just an example. But repeat this for 30 days straight, and you will come back here and thank me. That is all I have for this video. If you like the video, drop a like, comment on what you think, what habit you think is missing, and what videos you want to see more of me. And subscribe. If you could subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And thank you for 500 subscribers. I thank every single one of you guys that has been subscribed to me. 500 subscribers was like, bro, that was my dream like a year ago. I know it took me a year to get to that, but this means a lot, right? I wasn't very consistent in posting, but besides that, I don't want to get off topic too much. Check out my Instagram. I execute all of these habits every single day, and I document them on my story. I post my morning push-ups at like 5 a.m. I do not miss. I literally tag the time there. If you want proof, like go to my Instagram, like check out my AM highlights, my cold showers as well. And this basically helps you guys hold you accountable, just like it's been helping others right now on my Instagram stories, right? It holds them accountable. It gets them showing up every single day, because they'll be like, yo, I saw you do your push-ups today, so I didn't miss mine as well. So definitely check that out. I will link it below. And besides that, that is all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. Definitely implement these habits for the next 30 days and watch how your year changes. Peace.